Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Day 3 PDAC 2025. And we want to talk now to Banyan Gold, and Tara Christie, the CEO, is here with us. Tara, great to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time. And it's really busy down there. How was the show so far for you?
It was excellent. We had a booth for the first 2 days, and we were continually busy. So,
Super.
it's nice to see the flow of people. It's nice to go down the core shacks and see it full. That's really, with this price of gold and the metal prices, it's not a surprise, but we've thought about this before and we didn't see the people coming. So generalists are back.
Yeah, hopefully, yes, we need them because the share prices are still not where they should be, I would say.
But I understand that.
But hopefully this year, next year, this is clearing off a little bit. So, Banyan Gold, I'm a shareholder of your company. I want to say that also for disclosure reasons. 2024, maybe a short wrap up on the year. What was good for you? What did you not really like? Let's put it like that way.
So let's start with the good. I think we had our best technical success ever, and our drill results speak volumes to that. We've understood the geological model, we've added ounces, we really focused, and we did pivot because there were the negative events of 2024, which meant that we scaled back our program from 30,000 plus meters to just 21,000 meters. So, but what we did get out of that was we really do understand the high grade. It's the first time we've drilled on airstrip since 2021 and came back with that 16 meters of 9.32 at just 65 meters of depth, along with, just below it, 33 grams per ton over 4 meters. So, and then lots of intercepts in both power line and airstrip of 1.4, good intercepts that really define these 3 high-grade zones that we can see on power line and airstrip. And then we drilled 1 row of holes showing that, power line and airstrip likely connect. We've kind of known that. And one of them was higher grade. So maybe there's a 4th high grade trend through there. So why is that significant? Well, as we move towards our PEA, which will come out in 4th quarter of 2025.
4th quarter, you said?
4th quarter.
Good. So that's not too long.
Understanding the higher grade where your starter pits are going to be key. And, I wish we're doing the PEA because it's our last requirement to earn 100% of the property. I wish I'd had the extra meters we didn't drill last year, another 40,000 meters. I think we could really change the profile of this, not only get the ounces up. And, I hear from majors, hey, Tara, get this up to 10 million ounces. I have a plan to do that. I think the deposit has the potential to do that. But, our focus last year really was on understanding the lithological controls on the deposit for our resource update that's pending here Q2. And I am so excited. We're going to be drilling here again really soon.
Fantastic, super. So that sounds to me a little bit like that you are changing the perception from lower grade or low grade to high grade a little bit.
Absolutely. That was the whole goal of last year. And I think we've been very, very successful. And you'll see that with what we drill this year in 2025, focusing a lot on that high grade, as well as showing the growth potential of this project. So, how can you not follow up on 9-gram intercept over 16 meters that we can see it go up dip to surface, and we haven't drilled any of that. So, those are easy ounces. We've actually hit this contact, and it's a contact between the felsic dike and the host mineralogy. And we've hit it 5 times. Every time it's over 5 grams per ton. So this, everyone thinks we're too low grade. Well, wait to see what we're going to do in 2025. What we delivered in 2024 should already be changing people's minds about what this deposit is.
Super. Yeah, it looks like that the majors are already looking at you and knocking at the door, I have a feeling, and which is great. So 2025, what are you doing now a little bit more in detail? What have you planned to really bring this high-grade scenario up?
Well, we're going to go drilling in April. So we've lined up our drill contractors because there's some holes we want to drill while there's still a little bit of snow on the ground, and frost saves us a bit of money. But really focusing on that high grade, these high grade intercepts, showing not only are they real, but they're significant and they're going to add grade and ounces to our starting pit. We'll have a resource update Q2. We'll keep drilling through the summer. We'll have the PEA out in Q4, and it will be a waypoint. I want another 50,000 meters before our PEA that we would want for a project. It makes sense to connect power line and airstrip. It makes sense to follow up on some of this high grade because it will materially change what the resource and the PEA tells us for economics. But I'm excited to have some maiden economics, and we're planning for a great year.
Super, perfect. So you said, I want to do another 50,000 meters. Do you have the money to do so, or Is that something?
I think proof of concept here with these first 10,000 meters and really following up on that could potentially help us upsize that. As it is right now, we've got the money for the program that we need for this. So whether
That's
it's
important.
this year or next year, the gold prices are getting better. I really think my shareholders need to see some more of that value to get some appreciation. And I think given things in the Yukon are getting a little better with some of the events of 2024, which were negative, I think we're setting ourselves up perfectly to get re-rated here as we go into the summer. It's not going to take a lot more of those 9-gram drill holes to make people get excited about Banyan.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm excited already, definitely, because I think it's a fantastic project in the Yukon. What could go wrong here in that sense? But to me, it's like when you prove a little bit more, could you then already imagine to say, hey, now we have the resource estimate, we have the PEA out, share price is higher. You can finance on the one hand, on the other hand, you can maybe say, there is a big guy, maybe we can team up. Does that make sense?
There are so many options, particularly as our majors are starting to get cashed up. Yeah, they're going to have to deploy that capital. They haven't replaced their reserves and resources, I think. And a 7 million ounce resource is very rare, particularly in a jurisdiction where you can permit, where there's security of tenure, where we already have hydropower and roads on the property.
Yeah, exactly.
That is very unique. And eventually the market's going to say, wake up and say, yeah, this is a very desirable. So yeah, maybe a partner will come along who will want to make a strategic investment. Absolutely. I'm not in a rush. We're open for business, but I am also, I'm a big shareholder personally, right? I'm a 4% shareholder that I've paid for in the market. And so I'm very aligned with my shareholders. I want to add a whole lot more value here and do the right deals. I'm not in a rush. And we have revenue again this year. We made $1.5 million last year, which covers most of our G&A. We're expecting at least $1 million this year.
How did you do that?
Our services and renting our camps, and we're very resilient. We've had to be through these markets, and that's one way that we look out for our shareholders, is we make sure that we're looking for creative opportunities to actually raise a little capital as well as add value.
Absolutely perfect. Maybe one last question, because I know that from former. How can I say that, viewers which were asking me what happens with the Victoria Gold Banyan shareholding. Is that now solved, or is that still under the receivership?
It's still outstanding. I think it'll be a little while yet, because they have a lot of process to go through to be able to sell that.
Yeah.
I communicate with them very, very regularly, and they've said, yes, we want the most value, so we'll talk to you. And my existing shareholders, I have a pretty good idea of where homes for that be. Placing a block is something I've had to do before when I had another corporate which had a block they wanted to sell. And I think that actually is a big opportunity. You talked about the corporates and interest. Many of them want a strategic stake in a company. So having a block of stock like that is actually a rare opportunity. I know sometimes people are like, oh, it's terrible. They're not going to dump it in the market. If I can find them a strategic investor that takes that whole block, that's going to be their preference. And it's going to be mine. So I'm very aware of that. I've been preparing for it, and it's a bit of an overhang now, but I think it's a huge opportunity while we're on sale right now. I'm confident that will be in good hands.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think this is super important to know, because I had the feeling when I was talking to people, they said, we don't know what happens. Maybe it comes onto market. There's pressure, and let's wait and see. But what I hear now from you, there is always a good solution.
And I'm creative. And when the time comes, I've been waiting for that to happen and preparing since June. So I'm not worried about that as a big shareholder. So
super.
Have some faith in me. We got a great project, and the Yukon's a great place to do business. This will be a mine one day, is my forward-looking statement.
I love that. That was a super final sentence. This will be a mine one day, because the market needs the gold from you guys also. And I think the Yukon needs a new mine, definitely also for the Yukon itself. And I would say you drill, you please us with good results and bring a good PEA out. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great 2025. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Tara. Great. All the best. Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there was Tara Christie, the CEO of Banyan Gold. You heard it. no worries, please, about the shareholding in Victoria Gold or Victoria Gold in Banyan. There is already an idea. There's a game plan. This is fantastic. We will see how that comes out. But this is very important to know. I think this will lift off a lot of pressure off the stock. And when this situation is completely clear, but still don't forget, I also think this is a 10 million ounce deposit, maybe more. And I like the idea that it's now going from low grades to high grade. And don't forget, this is all open pittable. So that is fantastic. Could be the next big cash cow in the Yukon, the next big mine. Really check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Toronto, from PDAC 2025.